Hey guys, good morning. So now the time is morning 6:05, and I am shooting this video for you for improve your knowledge about the customs clearance, to expand your knowledge about the Customs Act 1960, import export clearance. So guys, in the previous videos we have seen from chapter number 1 to chapter number 5 the sections from section 1 to section 28BB. The chapters we have seen in the last videos are chapter 1 preliminary, chapter 2 officers of customs, chapter 3 appointment of custom ports, airports, etc. Chapter 4 prohibitions on importation and exportation of goods. Then chapter 4A detection of illegally imported goods and disposal of the provisions thereof. In chapter 4B detection of the prevention of detection of illegally export goods. In chapter 4C power to exempt from the provisions of chapter 4A and chapter 4B. Chapter 5 is of levy of and exemptions from customs duty. And now the chapter 5A is indicating amount of duty in the price of goods etc. for purpose of refund. So chapter 5A is indicating amount of duty in the price of goods etc. for purpose of refund. Once again I am repeating, chapter number 5A is indicating amount of duty in price of goods for purpose of refund. So in the same section number 28C and 28D is there. So what is section 28C? Price of goods to indicate the amount of duty paid thereon. And in the section number 28C, price of goods to indicate the amount of duty paid thereon, clearly mentioned that notwithstanding anything contained in this act or any other law for the time being in force, every person who is liable to pay duty on any goods shall at any times of clearance of the goods prominently indicate in all the documents relating to assessment, sales invoice and other like documents the amount of such duty which will form part of the price at which such goods are to be sold. So in the section number 28C, price of goods to indicate the amount of duty paid thereon. Once again I am repeating, notwithstanding anything contained in this act or any other law for the time being in force, every person who is liable to pay duty on any goods shall at any time clearance of goods prominently indicate in all the documents relating to assessment, sale invoice and other like documents the amount of such duty which will form part of the price at which such goods are to be sold. So in this section number 28C, price of goods to indicate the amount of duty paid thereon, clearly mentioned that every person liable to pay duty on any goods shall at the time of the clearance of the goods indicate in all documents relating to assessment, sales invoice and other like documents the amount of such duty which will form the price part of the price at which such goods are to be sold. Every person have to mention the duty payable in the assessment, sales invoice and other documents at the time of clearance of goods. In section 28D is of presumption that incidence of duty has not been passed on to the buyer. Section 28D is of presumption of that incidence of duty has not been passed to the buyer. Once again I am repeating, section 28D is presumption that incidence of duty has not been passed to the buyer. And in the same, every person who has paid the duty on any goods under this act shall, unless the contrary is proved by him, be deemed to have passed on the full incidence of such duty to the buyer of such goods. Once again I am repeating, every person who has paid the duty on any goods under this act shall, unless the contrary is proved by him, be deemed to have passed on the full incidence of such duty on to the buyer of such goods. Chapter number 5 AA. Administration of rules of origin under trade agreement. So chapter 5 AA is inserted with effect from 27th March 2020 by section 110 of Finance Act 2020, 12 of 2020. So in the financial year 2020, this chapter has been inserted in the Customs Act 1962. Chapter 5 AA, Administration of Rules of Origin under Trade Agreement. Administration of Rules of Origin under Trade Agreement. And in the same section number 28 DA, procedure regarding claim of preferential rate of duty. So in the section number 28 DA, procedure regarding claim of preferential rate of duty. Procedure regarding claim of preferential rate of duty. In the section number 28 DA, subsection 1 states that an importer making claim for a preferential rate of duty in terms of any trade agreement shall, subclause first, make a declaration that goods qualify as originating goods for preferential rate of duty under such agreement. Subclause second, possess sufficient information as regards the manner in which country of origin criteria, including the regional value content and product specific criteria specified in the rules of origin in the trade agreement are satisfied. Subclause 3, furnish such information in such manner as may be provided by rules. Subsection 4, exercise reasonable care as to the accuracy and truthfulness of the information furnished. In the subsection 2, the fact that the importer has submitted a certificate of origin issued by an issuing authority shall not absolve the importer of the responsibility to exercise reasonable care. Subsection 3, where the proper officer has reason to believe that country of origin criteria has not been met, he may require the importer to furnish further information consistent with the trade agreement in such manner as may be provided by the rules. Subsection 4, where importer fails to provide the requisite information for any reason, the proper officer may, subclause first, cause further verification consistent with trade agreement in such manner as may be provided by rules. Subclause second, pending verification, temporarily suspend the preferential tariff treatment to such goods. Subclause second, pending verification, temporarily suspend the preferential tariff of such goods. In the subsection 4, there is provision provided that on the basis of the information furnished by the importer or the information available with him or on the relinquishment of the claim for preferential rate of duty by the importer, the principal commissioner of customs or the commissioner of customs may, for reasons to be recorded in writing, disallow the claim from preferential rate of duty without further verification. Subsection 5, where the preferential rate of duty is suspended under subsection 4, the proper officer may, on the request of the importer, release the goods subject to furnished by the importer a security amount equal to the difference between the duty provisionally assessed under section 18 and the preferential duty claimed. So in the subsection 5, on the request of the importer, the proper officer may release the goods after furnishing a security amount by the importer. The security amount is the difference of provisionally assessed bill of entry under section 88 and the duty benefit claimed. In the subsection 5, there is a provision provided that the principal commissioner of customs or the commissioner of customs may, instead of security, require the importer to deposit the differential duty amount in the ledger maintained under section 51A. So here is another option has given to the importer that instead of security he have to deposit the differential amount in the ledger maintained under section 51A. Subsection 6. Upon temporary suspension of preferential tariff treatment, the proper officer shall inform the issuing authority of reasons for suspension of preferential tariff treatment and seek specific information as may be necessary to determine the origin of goods with such time and in such manner as may be provided by rules. And in the subsection 7, where subsequently the issuing authority or exporter or producer, as the case may be, furnishes the specific information within the specified time, the proper officer may, on being satisfied with the information furnished, restore the preferential tariff treatment. Subsection 8, where the issuing authority or exporter or producer, as the case may be, does not furnish information within the specified time or the information furnished by him is not found satisfactory, the proper officer shall disallow the preferential tariff treatment for reasons to be recorded in writing. Provided that in case of receipt of incomplete or non-specific information, the proper officer may send another request to the issuing authority stating specifically the shortcoming in the information furnished by such authority in such circumstances and in such manner as may be provided by the rules. Subsection 9. Unless otherwise specified in the trade agreement, any request for verification shall be sent within a period of 5 years from the date of claim of preferential rate of duty by an importer. In the subsection 10, notwithstanding anything contained in this section, the preferential tariff treatment may be refused without verification in the following circumstances. Namely, clause first, the tariff item is not eligible for preferential tariff treatment. Subclause second, complete description of goods is not contained in the certificate of origin. Subclause third, any alteration in the certificate of origin is not authenticated by the issuing authority. Subclause 4. The certificate of origin is produced after the period of its expiry. In all such cases, the certificate of origin shall be marked as inapplicable. So, certificate of origin expiry date is from date of issue to 1 year. Within 1 year, we have to produce it for the claiming of preferential rate of duty. Subsection 11. Where the verification under this section establishes non-compliance of the imported goods with the country of origin criteria, the proper officer may reject the preferential tariff treatment to the imports of identical goods from the same producer or exporter unless sufficient information is sufficient to show that identical goods meet the country of origin criteria. If one shipment products preferential tariff has been rejected by the proper officer for not furnishing the proper information by the exporter or producer. When another shipments of same identical goods has arrived in the port, the same products preferential tariff treatment is also rejected and the importer have to pay full duty until the exporter or producer has produced satisfactory answers to questions raised by the customs when previous shipment was hold. So whenever any exporter or producer has not furnished such information as per satisfaction of the proper officer, then all the goods arriving from that importer or exporter is not applicable for preferential rate of duty. So what is preferential rate of duty? Preferential rate of duty means there is a exemption on the customs duty. That's why customs has made these rules to verify the correctness of the certificate of origin, to verify the goods are genuinely exported from that country, or the goods are listed in the exemption category of duty. So all the criteria has to be verified by the customs officer at the time of importation of such goods. So explanation for the purpose of this chapter has been given here. In the same clause A, certificate of origin means a certificate issued by in accordance with a trade agreement certifying that the goods fulfill the country of origin criteria and other requirements specified in the said agreement. Clause B, identical goods means goods that are same in all respects with reference to country of origin criteria under the trade agreement. Clause C, issuing authority means any authority designated for the purpose of issuing certificate of origin under a trade agreement. Clause D, trade agreement means an agreement for trade in goods between the government of India and the government of a foreign country or territory or economic union. In this video, we have seen chapter number 5A and chapter 5AA. In this video, in the chapter 5A, indicating amount of duty in the price of goods for purpose of refund, we have seen two sections, 28C, price of goods to indicate the amount of duty paid thereon. Section 28D, presumption that incidence of duty has been passed to the buyer. Then chapter 5AA, administration of rules of origin under trade agreement. In the same, we are seeing section 28TA, procedure regarding claim for preferential rate of duty. Section 28DA, procedure regarding claim of preferential rate of duty. So guys, that's it in this video. If you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and visit also previous videos to gain knowledge about the customs clearance, Customs Act 1962. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you.